So there are some important developments in the Jaahnavi Kandula case. Even as a campaign, justice for Jaahnavi Kandula is gaining momentum. What I must point out is that the Consul General for India in Seattle says that they are in touch with the designated members of the family, and they have also said that they have raised this matter as a matter of serious concern with the Seattle local authorities and also with the Seattle police, asking for an appropriate review, and they say that the matter is now with the Seattle prosecution attorney's office for review. They have also said that they are watching the administrative investigation into this case very closely. What that means is that there are two aspects to this case. One is, of course, Kevin Dave, the police officer who was driving his police vehicle at a speed of 119 kilometers per hour, that's about 74 miles per hour, and he was responding to an emergency of a drug overdose that was called. And what we do know is that he was not having his siren on continuously, but that only chirping at intersections, and that's when he hit Jaahnavi Kandula on the road, and she was thrown about 100 feet away and seems to have died right there. This happened in January of 2023. What was very disturbing is that the body cam footage that was released on a police officer immediately after the accident, this happened in September of 2023, and that seemed to suggest a level of insensitivity that shocked people and outraged people as well. This was a colleague of Kevin Dave called Daniel Audra, who spoke about the fact that she was only 26 and she was of limited value, and that there could be a check that could be written out, some $11,000 he says could be written out, and as though there is no reason for any criminal prosecution or liability in this particular case. So the investigation report of the the prosecution attorney from Seattle, the King County prosecution, seems to suggest that there is not sufficient evidence against Kevin Dave in order to go ahead with criminal prosecution. And what they are saying is that he was responding to an emergency, and his actions do not indicate a conscious disregard of other safety, and that's the reason why they feel that there is not sufficient evidence to go ahead with criminal prosecution. That is something that certainly has hurt the Indian community, the family of Jaahnavi Kandula, of course, and several other people as well, who are demanding that this requires to be reviewed, and hopefully that will come up for review now by the attorney's office. What I must also point out is that there is a huge Indian community in the US, and the biggest community of foreign students in the US also happens to be from India, some 2.68 lakhs. So almost 1/4 of the foreign student community in the US is from India, and with increasing number of cases being reported of either attacks or their death in some tragic unfortunate circumstances, has caused quite a bit of anxiety and concern among the Indian community, and therefore they hope that these concerns will be addressed in this particular case at least. So the second aspect of the case referred to the comments by Daniel Audra, and what we understand is that after September he was removed from patrolling duty and put in non-patrolling operations, and the second part is the disciplinary action that can be taken against him, before which there will be a disciplinary hearing that is expected to happen on the 4th of March, when he can represent his own case, and we are told that disciplinary action could be ranging from 2 weeks suspension to even termination. Of course, the conduct of the officer has been described by the prosecution as something that was appalling and deeply troubling as well, but what the Indian authorities are hoping for is action that will assume in some form of kind of a justice or closure for the family of Jaahnavi Kandula.